So you and I have talked a little bit about, well, a lot about brands, but a little bit about like the core essence of a brand, which maybe people call or know by other things, brand essence, brand uh, core, or like anyway. So thinking about core essence, I was thinking, is there any type of advertisement that is more core essence driven than fragrance ads, perfumes, colognes? Think about the last like fragrance ad you saw. They're always like a 30-second to 1 minute like snapshot of just nonsensical essence. Someone flowing through the ocean and then getting whisked up into the clouds, or someone like running through an Italian street and some music like or some and some little like one liner of like it's what you make it, or just something, all to
Yeah,
capture
yeah.
because you can't smell through a TV, right? Smell-o-vision isn't a thing yet, or a computer screen or wherever you're streaming it, and
Right,
so
right.
those type of ads fascinate me. I've never directed or shot list created one of those myself yet, but I'm like that process of being like, Kate, you're gonna have this, and then this scene, and then this special effect, and I'm gonna say this line, and say yes, that is for this smell and the name of this perfume or this cologne. Yes, you've captured it. That's what people need to know to want to come buy this scent.
I wish I had something that was like, no, there's something more core essency than that. But I don't think so. I've never thought about that before. But yeah, you're literally trying to sell something in a visual and auditory medium that isn't either of those things.
Yeah.
And it is smell does conjure up things in people and memories and whatever, so it makes sense to try to like have an ad, I don't know, try to evoke the feeling or the vibes of whatever this smell is going to make people feel when they're around you.
Here's what I'd like to do. I want to pull up some different fragrance ads with you. We'll watch them and try to just based on the view of it, or the ad itself. Try to think what smell, what kind of fragrance do we get from that? Because every cologne or perfume you can go online, like read like here's the ingredients, or here's the undertones or the notes or whatever the official term is. But I don't recall any ads that I've seen recently where it's for a fragrance and they say it has this notes and here's what it's used for. It's always just these weird, dramatic, cinematic type of ads, and it's just like
Yeah,
that's
artsy
supposed to be enough.
weirdness.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm down, let's do it. Wow, if I wasn't turned on before, I am now.
I hope you weren't too turned on before.
That was a
Oh
really well
man,
done ad. I'm not even gonna lie.
that was cinematic for sure. That was also cinematic in the sense that it was longer than ones I've usually seen. But yeah, like the production, the number of people in that, like first of all, I was trying to figure out, okay, is this going to be a male fragrance or a female fragrance?
I
Or I
still
guess
don't know the
masculine,
answer to
feminine.
that.
But that's true, actually. Is it
It's
unisex?
just it was just a Lacoste ad.
Yeah,
I mean, I think because it was kind of equal parts their adventure, it was a little bit more on his side,
yeah, yeah.
but there's an appeal there to the female side. So
So
I
do you
think
have
it's a solid unisex ad there.
okay? So do you have any impression of what that smells like based on that?
Sweat, cigarettes, um, and yearning.
Smells like yearning. Smells like passion.
Yes.
Smells like so. Okay, so this is like obviously, and we can watch a few more of these, but it's like this is what I'm trying to say. Like where the people who have led these, whether they're following a trend or they've tapped into research to know that this is really powerful, for whatever reason, the industry has valued core essence specific as being engaging branded entertainment, right? Than just trying to describe the product in the notes, which is kind of unique compared to other. I mean, other industries will do that too. It's boring to just have features like a bullet point list of things that it does. That's not a very engaging ad or brand voice or anything like that. But fragrance is really like they're. I have no idea what that smells like, but
Yeah.
apparently it's enough. They've bought into the idea that like we don't need you'll come in and you'll smell it in the store or you'll read about it online or you'll whatever. But like what's most important for us as the brand is to get you to feel a certain way about like just a
Mm-hmm.
feeling, a core essence, and that's apparently enough. And so I could describe that ad in descriptive terms, but none of them are scent related terms. Like you said, yearning, passion, excitement,
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of nostalgia. Like there's cutbacks like an older time and modern time. Like,
Yep. Yep.
but what does that smell like? I don't know. But in my mind, I can kind of be like, do I want to smell like that feeling? Yes or no. If I do, then yeah, that maybe I go for that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. Like, I wonder because we've talked about like fulfilling the promise of your brand in the actual product that you're delivering, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
so if I went to a department store and I smelled the latest Lacoste fragrance or whenever that came out, anyway, like, would it make me feel that way? Would I get that excitement of like a missed connection on a train or something? I, I don't know.
It's almost like this would be a curious interview to have with someone who's like who runs the marketing for some of these fragrances. Which is ideal for you? That they see an ad and then smell it, or that they smell it and then see your ad? I think it'd be you
Mm,
want to see the ad first, right?
yeah.
Because you want to like
Because it
it paints
plants an
this
idea.
yeah, yeah, and it's like this. I want to say it's like it's not sneaky. It's not like it's a lie. Because how do you describe a scent, right? It's very subjective, and it's scent. There's no how do you describe a citrus smell besides a citrus? Like it's you can't really put words to it. So I'm not saying that I don't think like they're lying or being deceptive, but at the same time, so you can have any number of situations and ads and visual stuff that can paint whatever picture you want, and that just frames your interpretation of that. That's branding, right? That's marketing. It's just
Yeah.
this is basically just like, I feel like fragrance ads are just a microcosm. Like I said, it's like everyone tries to tap into their core essence of their brand or their product. They're just so hyper focused on just that when it comes to fragrances that it's like this extreme version. It's this interesting space to observe.
I think you're right. And you can't call it false advertising, to your point
Hmm.
earlier. It's not deceptive because it's just a little tiny short film that says nothing about a product at all, except for a logo at the end. So you can't like you couldn't sue Lacoste for saying like this doesn't make me feel this way. Like no judge would ever entertain that. But if you were like, this smells like wood and honey
Yearning, like you said.
and yearning, like no, there's no yearning in this
Yeah.
bottle.
Okay. Watch one or two more.
Sure, let's do it.
I gotta get out of here. Which way? I don't know. feel it. It's magic. Sauvage. Dior.
I I kind of lost it when the coyote was on top of the car. Like the bison was one thing, like okay, lone roaming, that's the metaphor, and then there's the coyote on top of the car. Uh, that was an interesting ad.
Yeah, so I actually do know what that scent smells like. I've smelled
Do
that
you?
before. Yeah, I've smelled that in the store. I think it's pretty good. I don't
Do you
know.
own it?
No, not right now. I've had like a knockoff kind before. So that's a little different in the sense that there's beside no matter what's happening in the ad, Johnny Depp is a fairly recognizable person, like compared to the first. Maybe the
Mm-hmm.
other two were celebrities. I just don't know, but like whoever
I
was in the
think so.
first one is just not well known as like their own brand. So the brand of Johnny Depp itself brings a level of core essence to that, or brand essence to that, plus all the what those lines, man, like what I'm looking for, I want it, something I need, or whatever. I can't remember what the lines were,
Yeah.
but these like questions to himself.
This like searching. It was a little bit of yearning again. We're back to
Yeah,
yearning. I think
they're
this one
always
though.
passionate and dramatic.
Oh, sure. I
Yeah,
do feel like this one though had a few elements that were like intended to invoke smell a little bit. I'm going to give them a little bit of credit. Like I feel like
like the
there's like
sage
the
and cactus and stuff.
his leather jacket is
Oh,
sending leather hints. There's
hmm,
like yeah, the sagebrush. There were um the oil derricks that
hmm,
just give you like man grease smell vibes.
yeah.
I don't know. I think there was some intention there.
It just goes, and this isn't not again not totally unique to fragrance ads, but it's just saying like, do you? Even though it's crazy and weird, no one's gonna have that experience like with those animals and the randomly digging the desert. But it's like this little snapshot of this nonsensical moment. Do you want to feel? Do you want to be someone who's got that vibe? Then this is the scent you wear when you put off that vibe. It's
Yeah.
like I said, it's no actual obtainable, tangible effect or benefit, but it's just like positioning the scent. It's people who feel like this, however you want to like even describe what that was. That's what you'll feel like when you like smell this way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of like I want to do a couple of these because it's like one, I feel like it's a challenge, but also you can't really mess up. Like as long as it's like you have as long as you create some kind of a vibe that you can like say that had a feel to it,
Sure.
then you did it. And it's like can't no one can be like that strip doesn't make any sense, or why would there be a coyote on the car? Like, you can't. No one can say it's like wrong because it's like, but did you feel a certain way? That's what I
Yeah.
was going for. Like,
Yeah. Exactly. Let's do another one.
okay, this was a floral smelling, right?
To search for someone to be quiet with, who will take me home. Didn't I take you to higher places you can't reach without me? Reach without me. My journey, my perfume, Louis Vuitton.
All right.
It's such a style. They're such a like. They're all this. They're all different, but they're the same.
That was literally Emma Stone just vibing for 30 seconds.
Yep, in beautiful like places and like
Yeah.
suggestion of romance. And she also both Johnny Depp and her had like this moment where they like were tearing up for no one knows why, but just like this moment of cry face, and then they're back to like yeah, just like passion, the highs, the lows, my life or my journey, my
Yeah, she went through a range of emotions in
yes.
that ad. But it was my takeaway was like this is like I am fun and sexy, but also serious.
Yes.
Like this is not Barbie's perfume. This isn't a
It's grown
party
up.
girl's perfume. This is grown up. But like
Yeah.
I've still got it. I've got
Yeah.
something
It's funny.
simmering right there on the surface.
This is not for. I know Emma Stone watches our channel, so this is not a diss on Emma Stone because I'm not saying I feel this way. But have you ever seen? It's funny to see her in a fragrance ad because I remember years ago when they did one of those. Jimmy Kimmel did a celebrity mean tweets. Someone tweeted,
Emma Stone looks like she smells like cat piss. Okay.
I remember I remember that mean tweet from one of the montages. And so when I saw Emma Stone about a smell, I was like, makes me laugh.
That's cat piss.
Yeah.
That's what that smells like.
I get not to the casting director. He thought she looked like she smelled good. Unless they
That's
want you
funny.
to think it's yeah.
I wonder, was this made before or after that mean tweet?
That's true.
That one too, again, unlike the first, that had a couple elements that like invoked scent, like the flowers, the water.
Yeah. That was one that if it's not floral, I'd feel misled. If I smelled it and it like didn't have that floral scent to it, which a lot of feminine fragrances have floral of some kind in it, but that won't be misleading. And like the ocean, like again, I think it's so funny. Like in perfumes and candles, all kinds of things they have like ocean spray or ocean breeze or Bayside. Like we try to say that, and the ocean doesn't actually smell good. Like people go to the ocean and it's not like this fishy water, but we've always attached this certain. We know when someone says, "Oh, it has kind of an oceany smell." We know what that means in a positive light. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I smelled that before. But the ocean doesn't smell like that.
No.
It's funny how we attach that. Because again, the ocean is a brand. The ocean is a vibe. So when we say ocean smell, it's just like a smell that we attach to feeling like you do at the ocean. Even though it doesn't smell anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really interesting point. Huh. Yeah, because it is more about like the feeling you get versus that's very insightful, Camden.
It's like if you want to smell like the ocean, then go out and roll out into the waves every morning and walk out and just dry off and go to work. I don't think you smell that good, but that's what the ocean smells like. So
we could make something like Salt Lake based and use like
yeah.
Great Lake brine smell. Like
smell like a pickle.
It stinks out there. If you haven't been to the Salt Lake, it stinks. I'm talking to you, our viewer.
And it is very salty.
Yes.
I wonder how the actors feel. I mean, obviously they get paid money for it and they've agreed to it. But I wonder, like Johnny Depp, fairly, I don't say serious because he's done some like quirky roles and stuff, but like I'll say serious, kind of a serious guy for the most part when he's not being like Willy Wonka or one of his other roles. As far as his personal affect is serious. I wonder if he like looks at the script and is just like, this is cheesy and weird, or if he's like, yeah, man, like this is. I wonder how some of these people feel about being. You now act like you're not like you're leading the camera down the thing, and now say, "What am I looking for?" Like all these, it's kind of weird and goofy compared to like a real movie that these people are used to being in.
Do you think they ask to smell the scent first? Like, if my face is going to be part of this campaign, like, I want to make sure it smells good.
I think that'd be wise. Do I think they always do? I doubt it. I know. Well, Johnny Depp has a long term. He's like the face of that scent. Like he's like the ambassador of Sauvage, however you say it. So he smelled it before. But I don't know if other people, the actors who are not celebrities, I'm sure they don't.
No, they're just like, I'll take the gig.
Are they all wearing it when they're acting? That's what I want to know. Do they smell like that in that moment?
That's a good question.
Just like get into like the essence.
Really feel it. Two related things to perfumes that I always think of. It has nothing to do with branding or marketing. It's just where my head goes when I think about perfume and scents. They're both movies. Anchorman, the Sex Panther. You remember that? It was like this like really gross cologne that one of the characters puts on, and it like makes everybody around him really sick. I always think of that. And then there's a movie called Perfume that is really, really weird. It's about
this
character who Yeah, of course it's weird. It's about this character who like this is like somewhere in the 1700s or something. It's set in the past. Um, but he like gets training to learn how to make perfumes, and he meets this one woman who smells beautiful, and he wants to capture her scent. So it goes down really creepy, weird lanes as he tries to capture what this poor girl smells like.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and
I, I
it ends in the most absurd way possible.
I've
Like
never seen that, but I
he
could see that some weird directions that could go.
you want a spoiler? Spoiler alert if you
Okay.
don't want to hear how the movie ends, but he does it. He captures her scent in a perfume, and then it suddenly makes everyone really horny, and they have a massive orgy. Not even kidding.
That's just like the end roll
That
credits,
is
or
just
like
that in my head. That's where it ends. I don't remember what happened after that. It was
that's
just
where it went
like
off the rails.
it was. It was like relatively like a realistic movie. Like you got this psycho trying to like he wants to kill this woman to capture her smell, and so like it feels like it's a little weird, but whatever. It could happen, but then that happens, and it's just like it
That'd
goes.
make a memorable ad.
Yes.
That's like those
Yes.
old Axe body spray ads where all the girls are clamoring after the guy. A little more
Oh yeah,
extreme than
running
that, it
after
sounds
him.
like. But
Yeah.
yeah. So something I was thinking about, another thing about fragrances as a product category that's kind of unique is most consumer goods. You want to make it seem popular. You want people to like be shown wearing it and or using it or whatever. And there's an interesting balance with fragrances, I feel like, because yeah, you want that to be the case that people see it, know about it, have a certain feel and respect for it or desire for it. But people who are really into fragrances also don't want to wear something that everyone else is wearing. They want to have like their signature scent. They want to find something that's unique, that's like their own, that they, anyways. And I'm probably generalizing a little bit too much, but like basically, if everyone is wearing a certain scent because it's so popular, then you're like everyone else wears that. I don't want to. It almost hurts it, which I guess isn't just fragrances. Maybe I misspoke. I guess if everyone's wearing the exact same shoe or the same kind of product, I don't know. But I feel like it's more. I feel like it's more acceptable that like a certain clothing item or brand or a certain brand of whatever like other stuff, it's more like if it's popular it stays popular. Fragrances, I know that like Sauvage, for example, maybe I'm saying that wrong, that I've heard people talk about how that one like it's good, but it's kind of it's become the go-to like when a dude wants to spend a little money or a girl buys it for him, and it's like often a dude's first foray into like grown-up scents, and probably because Johnny Depp wears it in like these ads, right? And so I've heard of that one. I think it smells pretty good. I've heard it's kind of like, oh, serious people don't wear that one because that's kind of just like what the novices put on. So again, I don't know if that's necessarily true, and that they're still selling plenty of product, I'm sure, but it's almost like the popularity hurts it a little bit when it comes to these, like you said, the kind of this high end feel, these designer feel. It's something that's supposed to be fancy and personalized and like a status symbol. You don't want everyone wearing it.